Hi everyone, today's lesson focuses on the reading skills based on Unit 3 in the Form 3 English textbook, Close Up. Here are the learning objectives and the success criteria of this lesson. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to recognize the genre of the reading text, understand the main point in each paragraph of the reading text, paraphrase the information in the text, and explain your point of view about a statement. Where success criteria are: give meanings of 6 selected words, tell in your own words the type of information found in the text, answer 5 objective questions based on the text, and explain your own point of view about a statement. Now, let's begin. Let's have some discussion first. What do you usually read? Look at the ideas below. Which ones do you read the most? Books, e-books, magazines, text messages, newspapers, notices and posters, websites, blogs, adverts. Adverts here refers to advertisements, right? Postcards. Okay, which one do you read the most? Give you 10 seconds to think about it. Now, look at these ideas again. Decide if the information you read in each gives facts. That means it is telling you something that is true, that cannot be changed. For example, science facts, laws, and so on. Or it gives you some information about something. Okay? Or another function is it entertains the reader. Entertains means it makes you happy or relax after reading it. Is educational means it teaches you some knowledge or some lessons. Gives personal opinions, whether the writer agree or disagree with something. Some of the materials cater all these functions. For example, books. There are many kinds of books. Some books like the encyclopedia, dictionaries, they give facts and is educational. Storybooks or novels also make you relax and happy after reading it. And some books also give personal opinions about certain topics like inspirational books and critics. So, now look at the materials that you read the most. Which of these purposes does it serve? I give you 10 seconds again to think about it. Then, you can pause this video and tell someone about it in your home. It could be your parents or siblings, or you can also call your friend. Alright, let's do it now. Alright, now let's open your textbook Close Up, page 32 to 33. So this is the page. Alright, we are going to read the passage entitled Cities Beneath the Sea. Alright? Okay. Before we start reading, do you notice there are some words in red in the text? Like this: coral polyps, limestone, cement, equator, mollusk, and stunts. Right? Okay. These are some of the words which you may not know the meaning. But it's okay. You can look carefully at the sentence to work out its meaning from the context it is in. Okay, for example, the word coral polyps. Coral polyps are truly the animals that help make the world. For millions of years, tiny coral polyps have been building underwater cities. Okay, so from these two sentences, we know that coral polyps are animals. And it is very small, tiny, right? Okay, that means this is a small animal living in the sea. right? Okay, so from rereading the sentences, okay, you can roughly guess what these words means, right? Okay, right, now I want you to pause this video, reread the sentences where these words are found, and try to work out or guess what each of these words mean. You may write down on a piece of paper. Later we will discuss the meaning of these words. Okay, I give you 5 minutes to do so. Alright, now let's discuss the meaning of these words. The first one, coral polyp, I have done with you just now. It means a small animal that lives in the sea. Let me show you the picture of coral polyps. This may give you a clearer image of the word. This is called coral polyp. Okay, I think some of you may have seen coral polyp before when you go diving, scuba diving in Pulau Pangkor, Pulau Langkawi, right? Okay, let's look at the next word. Alright, limestone. What it means? It means a rock that is made of calcium carbonate. Okay, you can find this in the text, right? Not? Okay, is your answer correct? Let's see the picture of limestone. Okay, now you can see a lot of this kind of stone next to the sea, right? Okay, these are called limestone. Actually, they are formed under the sea, you know. Okay, next. The next word, cement. Okay, what is the meaning? A gray powder that is mixed with sand and water to make concrete, right? This is the material used to make buildings. I think this is quite easy for you. We see cement in our surroundings almost every day, right? All the buildings are made with cement. Okay. Next, equator, right? Very easy. An imaginary line drawn around the middle of the earth. Okay, so what is this? Let's look at the picture. Now this is the earth. Okay, you see the line here. This is called equator, right? Malaysia, Indonesia is also somewhere around the equator. That's why we don't have winter all year round. We only have summer. Okay? Next, the next word, mollusk. An animal that has a soft body and is often covered with a shell. Okay, let's look at the picture. There are many types of mollusks in the sea. Isn't it lovely? They look very beautiful, right? Okay. The last word, stun. Make unconscious and unable to move for a short time. Okay, let's see what it means. Okay, you see, look at this picture. You have a similar picture in your textbook also, right? Some people use cyanide. You see this white color thing, okay? These are chemicals called cyanide. It's a kind of poison which will make the fish unconscious, pengsan, right? What will happen to the other sea creatures? What will happen to the coral polyps? They will die, right or not? Okay? It will pollute the sea and will cause a lot of sea creatures die. Okay? Alright, so do you know what's done now? Okay, good. Now we are going to proceed to the reading task. Are you ready? Okay, now you can see the QR code on the screen. You can scan this QR code and get into the Google form, or you can also find the link in the description of the video below. Okay, click on the link or scan the QR code. Now this is the first page of the Google form. Okay, so this is the instruction. Refer to textbook. Okay, or if you don't have a textbook, you can refer to this link. Alright, okay, and in the first page, you need to key in your full name. Alright, if you are not a student from SMK Bandar Baru Ampang, you may use a nickname, any name will do. Okay, so I key in my name here. Okay, and select your class, or if you're not a student, you can select this option. Okay, so now the next page, you will see the first reading task. In this task, you have to read through the text Cities Beneath the Sea very quickly. In fact, just now when we are working out the meaning of the words, I believe you may have already skimmed through the text and roughly have an idea about what this text is about. So now in this task, you need to answer these questions, right? Where could you read this type of text? Can you find it in a book, in the internet, or maybe in the magazine? Okay, and what type of information does it have in it? Right? This text gives you information about what? Alright? Okay, now this assignment is a bit different from the normal quiz. You don't write the answer, instead you answer orally. That means you need to record yourself talking. Alright, record yourself answering this question, and you need to upload your video here. Okay, you can use your phone to record yourself and then upload the video here. Add file. Right? Okay, just a short video of 1 to 2 minutes will do, or even less than a minute, that is okay. Alright? Okay, now I give you 5 minutes to do it. Okay, pause the video and then come back after you have done this task. Done with your recording? If you have any problem uploading the file, you can watch the video which is shown on the right top corner here to learn how to upload your file, or you can get the link of the video in the description below. Okay? Alright, so where could you read this type of text? Yes, from books, magazines, websites, or blogs, right? And what type of information does it have in it? It gives facts about coral reefs, and it also educates readers about the dangers that have threatened the life of the sea creatures, and we should do something to save them. Did you have the similar answer as mine? Okay, now let's proceed to the next page. Before we go deeper into the text, let's read through this tip in the exam close-up. Okay? Understanding text types. Remember this tip, understanding text type. Identifying the type of text in an exam can help you understand the information in it. Read the text quickly to find out what kind of text it is. Example, a review, a notice, a letter, and etc. And the type of information it has in it. So this you have done when you were working out with the meaning of the words just now, right? Okay, then read each paragraph carefully, one at a time. What is each paragraph about? What information does the writer want you to know? Try to answer these questions before you read the next paragraph. Use the title and any headings in the text to help you. When you know the title and the headings, it helps you to prepare your mind to receive the information about the title, right? Okay, so remember these tips. These are going to be very useful to you when you do your reading task later. Okay, now let's proceed to the task. Before we read the passage, we need to read through the questions first. Okay, so you will know what information to look out for when you read the text later. Now, let's read through the questions very quickly. Number 1. What does the writer want to do with this text? Is it to entertain the reader, give information about reefs, give advice on conservation, advertise a place to go on holiday? Okay, I think even before before you reread the text, you already know the answer, as you have done some activities to skim through the text already. Okay, next, what are coral reefs made of? Okay, the keyword here, made of. Alright, so later when you read through the passage about coral reef, focus on what are they made of. Alright, okay. Number 3, which statement about coral reefs is not true? Okay, so we're going to read through information about coral reefs. So out of these 4, there is one statement that is not true. Okay. Next, how is the Great Barrier Reef protected? Okay. Alright, so we're going to focus on this also. Alright, last question. Which is the best summary of the text? Okay, what is a summary? Summary means the main idea or the main message that the writer is trying to tell you. So normally, where can we find the summary of the text? Is it in the beginning of the text, in the middle, or at the last part? Yeah, normally it is at the last part of the text. Alright, now we are going to read the text again, and this time, when you are reading, try to underline keywords related to the questions. You are going to do silent reading. Means you don't have to read it out loud. Just read through the text with your eyes and your mind. Remember to find the keywords or sentences that help you to justify your answers. You can read with your textbook, okay? Or if you don't have the textbook with you, okay, you can go back to the first page of this Google form. I have the link of digital textbook, okay? Yeah, this is the link of the digital textbook. If you don't have it, the textbook, the physical textbook, you can click on this link to view the digital version. Okay? Alright, now, alright, I give you some time. You can pause the video and attempt the reading task on your own. Then come back afterwards and we will discuss the answers. Alright, now let's discuss the answers. Number 1, what does the writer want to do with this text? Very easy. We have already skimmed through the text just now, so we know the answer is give information about reefs. Right? Okay. Number 2, what are coral reefs made of? Mollusks, mountains, cement, a kind of rock? All these are mentioned in the first part of the text. Okay, let's look at the first part of the text again. Right. Which sentence actually tells you what coral reef makes of? Okay, the first part. Okay, coral reefs. Alright. Okay, we have the word coral reefs first appear here. Okay, so we go through the sentences before it. Okay, here. There are huge amounts of limestone under the oceans in islands and mountains. These limestone islands and mountains are called coral reefs. Okay, so that means coral reefs are made of limestone. Correct or not? Okay, but the word limestone is not in the option of the answers. But we know limestone is a kind of rock. So the answer is this, a kind of rock. Alright? Okay. Next. which statement about coral reefs is not true? Okay, so we're going to find out all this. Okay, are they an important source of fish? Okay, let's look at the text. Okay, so we have more information about the coral reefs in this paragraph. Alright, okay. Among the world's most colorful places, coral reefs are full of brightly colored fish. Okay? Alright, so these sentences tells you that coral reefs are very colorful places. Okay, so the second statement is definitely not the answer. Okay, let's look at the text again. Reef fish are an important food source for humans. Alright, okay, let's look at the answer. They are a very important source of fish. Is this true? Yes, this is true. Okay, alright, let's look at the next statement. Okay, you can find it here. Some reefs are bigger than anything people have ever made. Right? Okay, so this has the same meaning with this statement. They can be larger than man-made things. Okay, so the only statement that is not true is this. They are usually found in deep ocean waters. Why is it not true? Okay, let's justify the answer. The reef develop well in the warm oceans near the equator. Okay, so it's in the warm oceans. Alright, it's not in the deep water. If it is in the deep ocean waters, the water is going to be very cold. It's not warm at all. Okay? Question number 4. How is the Great Barrier Reef protected? Okay, now let's go to the text again and see what is the which sentence that tells you the answer. Okay, so this paragraph is about the Great Barrier Reef. Okay, and it mentioned here there are rules. Visitors can only visit 5% of the reef. Okay, a lot of students will be confused here. You see the word 5%. Okay, you see the number 5% and you are attracted by this figure. Okay, and then straight away, you choose the answer B. Just 5% of visitors are allowed to see it. But is this the answer? Okay, is it really only 5% of visitors are allowed to see it? Okay, let's go to the sentence again, the sentence in the text. Let's look at it carefully. There are rules. Visitors can only visit 5% of the reef. Does it mean only 5% of the visitors can visit the reef? No, it means all the visitors can visit, but they can only see 5% of the reef. Okay, so which one is the answer there? It means only a small part of the reef can be seen by visitors. This is the answer. Alright? Okay. Let's move on to the last question. Which is the best summary of the text? Okay, like I have mentioned just now, summary normally you can find out in the last part of the text. Okay, so the last part of the text, okay, here in page 33, okay, it mentioned about the threats to coral reefs, okay, and reasons for hope. Okay, right, you look at this sentence. Threats to coral reefs are serious, but there is reason to hope that they will survive. And it mentioned also about coral reef conservation. Right? Okay, so which one is the best answer? The best answer is the coral reefs are natural wonders that are in danger, and we should do everything we can to save them. Did you get all the answers correctly? Okay, good. Let's move on to the next task. Okay, read through the paragraph about the Great Barrier Reef again. Alright, and find out one of these statements about the Great Barrier Reef which is not true. Okay, number 1, it is a World Heritage Site. Number 2, it is the world's largest coral reef system. Number 3, it is one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world. Number 4, it can be seen from outer space. Okay, so in this task, you have to find a partner to discuss the answer with you. Your partner can be any of your family members, or you can even host a Google Meet to discuss the answer with one of your friends. But don't forget to record your discussion and upload the video here. Okay? See. Alright? So this question say, in your discussion, you should discuss this question. Which one do you think? Which of these statements do you think is not true? Understand? Okay? So in your discussion, you should tell your partner which statement you think is not true. And your partner could agree or disagree with your answer. So in your discussion, you need to justify your answer with the proof in the text. In this task, I want to see how well you are able to explain your own point of view. Okay? So record your discussion and upload your video here. Just a short video, about 1 to 3 minutes will do. Alright? After you are done with this task, you can submit the Google form. Alright? Okay, and finally, okay, we move on to the last activity. Okay, recall and write down at least one tip that you have learned from exam close-up. Okay, do you remember the tips that we read from exam close-up? Do you remember any of them? Okay, let's recall and write down at least one. Alright? Okay, I think that's all for the lesson today. Thank you for watching. If you find this lesson helpful, please subscribe to my channel. And your subscription is a very big encouragement for me to continue to produce videos for the English lessons. Okay? Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the lesson. Bye.